Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Celebrity feuds aren't anything new, but it isn't every day that the parties involved get together to talk through their problems. Reality star Brandi Glanville recently appeared on actress Tori Spelling's podcast to get to the root of their problems. The women might never be close, but listeners felt delighted to hear them reflect on their own behavior over the years. For the first time in years, Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville finally scrutinized the bad blood between them. First impressions are everything, and Tori sadly left Brandi with a bad taste in her mouth when they initially met. "You were a total asterisk, tch," Brandi accused Tori on the Miss Spelling podcast. She insisted the 90,210 actress approached her and her ex-husband Eddie Cibrian and warmly greeted him while snubbing Brandi. It seems that the perceived diss was actually more of a misunderstanding. Tori quickly defended herself, pointing out that she went to high school with Eddie Cibrian and even dated him for a brief moment. She was greeting an old friend and hadn't yet established the same connection with Brandi. "I apologize," Tori replied. "I was telling my producer Chrissy earlier, I was like, Brandi and I got along so well. She was so great. But honestly, I'm sorry if I came across that way, because I'm anything but a asterisk tech. I get nervous and like to see people, when they know me, will remember me." Of course, Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville didn't move on from their less than perfect first meeting. As fans know, the sentiments between the women worsened as time went on. In the interview, the RHOBH star admitted she developed a horrid opinion of Tori when she began dating Dean McDermott. At the time, Dean was married to Brandi's friend, Mary Jo Eustace. The affair was bad enough, but it also brought up deep-seated resentment for Brandi. "My husband cheated with a person on a movie set," the Bravo star continued. "He met on a TV movie they did. And then you met Dean the exact same way. But the parallels were like wild. I was the wife at home, and he cheated with his co-star, and Mary Jo was the wife at home, and you cheated with her husband, who cheated with you." Eddie Cibrian went on to marry the woman he had an affair with, singer LeAnn Rimes. Tori Spelling empathized with Brandi, admitting that karma eventually came for her in the end. The DVT's season 33 competitor admitted Dean eventually cheated on her too, prompting their eventual divorce. "You kind of had it coming," Brandi joked, sparking a bonding moment between the women. Despite the sensitive topic, they managed to laugh through it and connect. Although the women may never be best friends, fans loved hearing them work through their issues together. What did you think of the interview? Do you think Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville can be close someday? Leave your thoughts in the comments. It started with a sideways glance at a Beverly Hills charity gala. The year was 2021, and beneath the glittering chandeliers and champagne flutes, two reality TV titans, Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville, stood on opposite sides of the ballroom, each radiating an energy that seemed to send sparks through the air. At the time, tabloids speculated endlessly. Was it jealousy? A shared ex? A botched business deal? The truth, it turned out, was far more complicated and juicier. Tori had always lived her life in the limelight, from her days as Donna Martin on Beverly Hills 90,210 to her roller coaster reality series with husband Dean McDermott. Brandi, on the other hand, made her name in the chaotic world of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, never afraid to speak her mind, consequences be damned. Their paths had crossed before, at events and in the orbit of mutual friends, but it wasn't until that night at the gala that things truly exploded. "Tori told me I looked tired," Brandi said later in an interview with Andy Cohen. "I mean, who says that to a woman at an event? She could have just said I looked fabulous like everyone else. I'd had 2 martinis, yes, but I wasn't that off." Tori's side of the story was different. "Brandi barged into my conversation and made some snarky comment about my dress being very 2008. It was couture. I mean, who raised this woman? Insults were exchanged, and soon the tabloids picked up the scent. For months afterward, headlines like Beverly Hills Beauties at War and Tori versus Brandi, who threw the first shade, dominated gossip sites. The podcast Bombshell Things escalated dramatically when Brandi dropped a bombshell on her popular podcast, Unfiltered AF with Brandi G. I'm just gonna say it. Tori tried to sabotage my book signing, she claimed during an episode that went instantly viral. My publicist told me someone called the venue pretending to be with the fire department, saying the event was over capacity and needed to shut down. I did some digging, and guess what? The caller had a 310 Hills baby. Number. The internet exploded. Hashtag Durasabotage trended for a full 48 hours. Tori denied the accusation fiercely. It's preposterous. I was filming a Lifetime movie in Vancouver that weekend, she said on Instagram Live, holding up her call sheet as proof. Besides, I don't need to fake emergencies to get attention. Still, the damage was done. Brandi's fans branded Tori a jealous has-been, while Tori's loyal followers accused Brandi of attention-seeking clout chasing. The secret connection then came the twist no one saw coming. In a leaked email, a former assistant to a well-known Bravo producer claimed that Brandi and Tori had actually pitched a reality show together back in 2020. The concept? Two feuding reality stars who are forced to live together for 30 days and sort out their issues. Working title, Frenemies. Neither Brandi nor Tori commented publicly for weeks, leading many to believe the feud was nothing more than a publicity stunt. But insiders said otherwise. Tori felt betrayed, said one anonymous source. She wanted to go in a more redemption arc direction, but Brandi kept pushing for drama. They clashed constantly behind the scenes. Brandi, however, saw it differently. Tori's just mad I'm real, she later said on a guest spot on Call Her Daddy. She wanted to control the narrative, and when I wouldn't play ball, she bailed on the project. The truth comes out in 2025. The feud resurfaced in a shocking and unprecedented way. Both women, now veterans of scandal, headlines, and reality show comebacks, sat down together for a special two-part interview on Netflix titled Reunion, Tori and Brandi Unfiltered. The first 5 minutes were tense. Tori sipped from a glittering gold tumbler, lips pursed. Brandi twirled a strand of hair and stared at her nails. But then, the walls came down. It wasn't about the dress, the book signing, or even the show, Tori confessed, her voice trembling slightly. It was about feeling replaced. I saw Brandi as someone taking up space I used to own. Brandi blinked, taken aback. Wow, I never knew you felt that way. I didn't know how to say it. I was going through stuff, financial stress, Dean and I were barely talking, and then I see you, Brandi, owning the reality TV world. You were bold and fearless, and yeah, I was jealous. Brandi reached over and placed a hand on Tori's. I've been through hell too. I'm not as fearless as I pretend to be, but girl, I've always admired you. The moment went viral. Fans who had once taken sides now flooded social media with messages of support. Hashtag Team Healing replaced hashtag Team Tori and hashtag Team Brandi. Frenemies reimagined 1 month after the special aired. Tori and Brandi made a surprise announcement. They were officially filming Frenemies, but this time as executive producers and co-stars. We're not pretending anymore, Tori said during the press launch. This show is about two women who've been through it all and still showed up. It's messy, hilarious, raw, and yeah, we argue. But there's love there now, Brandi added. The show premiered to record numbers, becoming Netflix's most streamed unscripted series of the year. It showed everything: therapy sessions, girls' nights, even a joint appearance at the BravoCon red carpet, where they shared a wink and a wave that made every fan swoon. Sisters in scandal by the end of season 1, Tori and Brandi weren't just co-stars. They were friends. I never thought I'd say this, Tori told People magazine, but Brandi Glanville is one of the realest people I've ever met. She doesn't sugarcoat anything, and I needed that. Brandi echoed the sentiment. Tori's stronger than people know. I learned a lot from her about grace under pressure. We had to get through the fire to find the gold. They even launched a joint podcast, Spilled Tea, which debuted at #1 on Apple Podcasts, where they dissect Hollywood drama, relationships, and of course, the feud that started it all. Lessons from the feud in a world obsessed with celebrity catfights and scandal. The story of Tori Spelling and Brandi Glanville reminds us of something else. Growth is possible even in the public eye. What began as petty drama evolved into a powerful story of redemption, forgiveness, and unlikely friendship. And maybe, just maybe, the real drama was learning to leave the past behind. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.